So now let's look at how active stretching of the psoas actually plays a role in our Pilates classes and our gyrotonic movement classes. It's very similar in a lot of ways. It's going to feel a little different, but in reality, it's actually actively stretching the psoas when you might not even realize it and you might not even feel it. Yeah, so in both methods, we have this position of us lying on our backs with our feet in the straps. Yeah, so both methods are giving weight to the legs to help bring them back towards us, to help us, right? And providing resistance to press the legs down. So in your mind, you're thinking, this is all about my hamstrings, right? I'm stretching my hamstrings and I'm engaging my hamstrings, which is true. This is a wonderful dynamic stretch for our hamstrings as well. However, it also plays a role on the psoas. So just keep in mind that even though this exercise is kind of focusing on the legs, Pilates and gyro both want to have an active whole body. It's a whole body exercise, yeah? So if I start with my legs down, when I start to bring my legs back towards me, even though the weight is helping bring our legs back, we still want to be using our own body, our own abdominals, and our own psoas to scoop the legs up to find our deepest hamstring stretch, right? Because in reality, this is gearing us up to be able to do this by ourselves without the help of the weight. But now, we have this extra weight to help us engage our hamstrings and glutes underneath us. My psoas is still engaged, trying to bring my legs back, and that connected psoas is gonna slowly and reluctantly lengthen as I start pressing my legs down and away from me. It's lengthening even though it's engaged. And then I re-engage it to scoop my legs back up, and then it's slowly and reluctantly lengthening. This is a kind of resistance stretch, right? Because that muscle is engaged and we're trying to keep it engaged even as we lengthen it. It's like eccentric contraction, right? And that's essentially stretching and mobilizing that muscle, even if you don't really realize it, right? It's pretty cool stuff. So start thinking about that. It's not just in this exercise that our psoas plays a role in active stretching and movement. The psoas is such a big muscle. It affects so many different exercises. And we want to kind of keep that in mind, that the psoas is constantly moving and open.